Fallout 4 thrusts the sole survivor headfirst into the world of post-apocalyptic Boston, along with all the violence and brutality that comes with that harsh reality. While the main quest might set you on a mission to find your missing child, it does not prevent you from being ruthless along the way. With a few major factions to join, great characters to meet, and tons of places to explore, it comes as no surprise that there are some really dark and messed up choices that can be made. From psychological manipulation to straight-up murder, here are some of the most evil things to do in Fallout 4. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Starting off with Vault 81. When you open the steel door to Vault 81, a cat will run out of the compound. Normally, you wouldn't think much of it. Maybe the cat wants to find a better future for itself, or it's searching for its Khajiit brethren. But as you explore the vault, you meet a girl named Erin. She informs you that the cat was indeed her pet and begs you to retrieve it. If you exit the vault and follow the marker south, you will find the cat enjoying the view. Yes, it's just sitting there, not even on a tree. Instead of making you grab the cat, put it inside a bag or something, and take it back to its owner, Bethesda decided to go for the more realistic scenario. Just tell the cat to go back home, and it will do just that. A hard quest that only a professional can accomplish. So why not demand professional pay from the girl? Fair pay for fair work. If you have enough charisma, you can demand increasingly higher payment from the girl. She doesn't have money, but at the end of the barter dialogue, after enough pressure from your part, she will give you her only silver locket, which her mum gave to her. As part of the main quest line, the sole survivor will eventually find themselves trying to find Virgil, a scientist who has escaped from the Institute and who will be able to help them find their son. Virgil is hiding out in the glowing sea, an area at the south of the map that is highly irradiated and can be found in a cave southwest of the crater of Atom. In order to survive in this environment, Virgil has taken the extreme step of turning himself into a super mutant using a modified FEV strain. In exchange for his help, Virgil will ask the sole survivor to find his cure inside the Institute, and of course, that's what most people will do. However, some players want more out of the game.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
After passing a series of increasingly difficult charisma checks, you can suggest that Virgil kill himself. Virgil will say he can't do it and ask for you to do it. However, if Edgar Swan is mentioned, then Virgil will do the deed himself. One of the more controversial hidden side quests in Fallout 4 concerns a ghoul child trapped inside a fridge. When freed, the child named Billy will explain that he has been in there since taking shelter when the bombs fell, meaning he would have been trapped for over 200 years. How did he survive this long without food? Well, he is in a fridge. Billy will ask for your help in finding his parents and can be taken to his old house to be reunited with them, where you can enjoy the warm family reunion. Now, why did his parents never bother to go back to their old home is beyond me. They could have easily found their lost son. Some players would speculate that they did not give a shit, so why should you? Why not take the business comes first approach and sell the 200-year-old kid into slavery? Shortly after agreeing to help the kid, a gunner named Bullet offers to buy Billy. Bullet will give between 200 and 350 caps depending on successful charisma checks. It's like it was meant to be. Plus, if you refuse his offer, he will attack you afterward, so why the headache? For this next one, we head back to Vault 81.
Just 5 caps.
Sure, but I'm not paying you.
If you're that cheap, get it. You can find your own way around.
Austin, a young boy, has been bitten by a strange mole rat and there is nothing the doctors can do for him. Well, they technically can seek out a cure that is hidden in a previously unknown part of the vault. But why bother since they have a professional courier called the Protagonist at their disposal? Heading to the secret area will reveal the true nature of Vault-Tech's experiment for the vault while you fight off infected mole rats. A very interesting and worthwhile adventure. Eventually, you find a robot who developed a cure for the disease. The developers called her Curie so that you know where to look for a cure. The problem is, it is easy to get bitten by a mole rat in this mission and to get infected yourself. Since you are an adult, it will not kill you, but will leave you with a permanent debuff. And in the end, It turns out there is only one vial left, and the decision becomes who should get the cure. If Austin does not get cured, he will die. But that's not your problem, is it now? After all, why should you spend the rest of the game with a 10 HP debuff? But what happens if you manage to get the cure without getting bitten? Well, do not worry, as you can still refuse to give the poor boy the cure and sell it. All in the name of science.
You are a cold, selfish bastard. Get out of my sight.
Mama Murphy is a character many will meet very early on in Fallout 4, and as part of the group of survivors from Quincy traveling with Preston Garvey. This strange old lady will claim to be able to see events using the sight, and does this by taking vast quantities of chems to induce the visions. While many of her clues can be helpful throughout the game, most will try to avoid giving the elderly fortune teller too many chems, and some may even try to help her kick her addiction. She is able to help 5 times, giving passwords, a Corsa deactivation code, and even the spare key to Kellogg's house, among other hints. However, after giving her the final chem, she will overdose and die, something that is entirely preventable. But why should an evil bastard like yourself even care? You only have to deal with the disapproval of certain characters at Sanctuary. They will blame you for her death, but you can take that. Besides, the negative comments are not that numerous. The character that will bash you the most is Marcy Long, but this bitch will hate you no matter what you do, so why care? Besides, you can get rid of her too. Inside Nuka World, you can meet the world's biggest Nuka-Cola fan, Sierra Petrovita, who will ask for help with a pre-war competition. Around the park are 10 hidden Cappy clues, each associated with a letter for a hidden code. Sierra hopes it will lead her to the original recipe for Nuka-Cola. However, after completing the Nuka World quest, Cappy in a Haystack, the sole survivor, and Sierra will discover far more. Deep under Nuka World is an entire vault containing the head of the owner and inventor of Nuka-Cola, John Caleb Bradburton, who is still very much alive. Before the bombs, he gave the US military weapons schematics in exchange for the so-called life-extending technology. Bradburton will explain he has been all alone in this condition since the bombs fell. He asks you to cut power to allow him to die. If you do this, he promises you that you will get access to some of the weapons he created as well as the Nuka-Cola recipe. However, Sierra wishes to keep him alive and offers to keep him company or even take him home with her. She will offer you a jumpsuit in exchange, which is a lot less than what Bradburton is offering in value. But as I said earlier, this is not about the money.
Not about money. It's about sending a message.
If you side with the crazy woman, you condemn Bradburton to further torment and inevitably being alone once more when she dies. At least until Fallout 5 comes out. The Brotherhood of Steel is one of the most recognizable factions in Fallout and can be joined after saving Paladin Dance and his team early in the game. You can climb the Brotherhood's ranks with Dance at your side after he sponsors you for entry. With this simple fact, he qualified himself as better than most of your real-life friends. However, if the Brotherhood is the faction to help gain access to the Institute with the teleporter, then it will be revealed via data gathered that Dance is actually a synth. Of course, Elder Maxon will immediately demand Dance's death, something you can comply with. Considering that this can only be discovered if the Brotherhood was chosen to build the relay, you would have spent plenty of time with Dance by this point. While this is easily one of the best twists in Fallout 4, it is incredibly cruel for Dance to be killed by someone he trusted so much. But then again, business is business. And that is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.